Coming up on Auburn Gymnastics 360, highlights from Auburn's first win ever at Arkansas. We spotlight assistant coach Kurt Hedinger. Lucia Scaglione and Kate Clues take us in the gym. And a look ahead to Saturday's meet at Air Force. War Eagle and welcome to Auburn Gymnastics 360. I'm Carla McCall. After a historic performance at LSU, Auburn looked to make history again in Fayetteville. Here are the highlights of the Tigers' first win at Arkansas.
It is so nice to have a chartered flight and to get everything done basically in one day. It made focusing on gymnastics that much easier.
Flying to Arkansas on a charter was definitely a different experience. It was really fun, kind of felt special.
It was really exciting, like having a charter flight, because you didn't have to wait in line, you just got to get on the plane, go. Like, it was like a business trip, just quick to the point, and we got our job done.
So we had so much room, you could I think I could sit with my legs straight and I wouldn't touch the seat in front of me. That was pretty awesome.
I thought we did a pretty good job. I don't think we were overly sharp. I think I loved the grit and I loved the determination from the team. I think we could still have a better performance. We started aggressively on bars. You know, on the road you got to start on a technical event and you've got to stay focused, and at the same time, you know, try to hit all your positions, and that takes an aggressive mentality, and I thought the team did it.
I think I just need to work on a lot of little things like feet, form, trying to still figure out that dismount landing and how exactly to stick that.
It wasn't my best bar routine. Made a set, we went 6 for 6, and that was what what the goal was when we went into each event.
There were a few things that I could have fixed. Obviously there's always things that could be fixed. Hit my foot in the low bar like one of my giants, so just a lot of the little things still working on, but other than that it felt pretty good, especially after only having one real day of practice the whole week.
Let's go over there, let's have energy over there and stay in it, all right?
I thought my vault was a lot better than like previous weeks. Like when I watched it, my legs were straight, like I almost had pointed toes and I almost stuck it, so it felt like a better vault.
I'm figuring out more how to stay tight in the air, figure out my landing, seeing the ground, and just trying to maintain the little hop or get the stick in.
It is nice to see them do that on a road in a different environment. You know, you got to get used to the equipment, and they're adapting really well. They're doing a really good job of staying together and staying focused, but at the same time, you know, trying to go big and stick at the same time. It's not an easy task, but they're able to do it.
Let's go, Kaylin!
I took a step, I think, back, so obviously could have done it a little better, could have stepped forward, you know, worked on the landing, which is what I've been focusing on, so just keep paying attention to those details and cleaning up little things.
I'm just going out there trying to draw the crowd in, express myself, and just have a little bit of fun.
I just need to clean up my floor. Like I have little things like separating my legs on my full in and how I end passes, like my finishes, and those just need to be a little bit better, and I think I expressed myself pretty well there.
we know we have a really good 1-2-3 punch at the end of our lineup, so it's not a surprise. Any one of those three could have a huge score, and we, in all honesty, expect all three of them to have a huge score every night. We expect that from Karen every night, that leadoff position is extremely important to the beam. More than any other event, I think the beam leadoff is a significant role because it can serve to settle everybody down at the end of the meet.
Here we go, Lex! Come on, Lex! Nice! Come on, Em! Nice! Oh, yeah!
I'm not sure my feet were ever on the beam during my beam routine, but somehow everything worked out perfectly fine. It just was a really weird feeling routine.
I'm really getting to the point where I feel like my beam is back to normal, and I got up and I did my turn, which is the first few meets I've just been a little shaky on the turn, and I did a really good turn. I was like, I got this.
That's one of the best performances I've seen. You guys, a lot of fight. There was a little adversity in there. That's good, and we weren't overly sharp. All night we weren't sharp. But look what we can do when we just keep our head down and keep plugging away. That was awesome. Everybody relied on each other. People make mistakes. Next person picks it up. It was awesome. All right? That was just so much fun to watch. You guys are impressive.
You can't help but notice the team's excitement while competing. A big reason behind the fun is assistant coach Kurt Hedinger.
Kurt's one of a kind. He's a really good coach. He knows what he's talking about. He's funny, but he knows how to be serious when it's needed.
A really funny guy. He's the person that keeps the gym really lighthearted.
He's just really great to work with, and he's super sarcastic.
He's had a passion for gymnastics since he was 5 years old, but he never thought he would end up coaching.
I'm from a really small town in Illinois, and there was basically a satellite tumbling program that this guy had. He had a bunch of mats and little mini tramps and things in the back of his truck, and he drove around to the smaller towns and the community, in the surrounding area where I was from, and he did a class once a week. I think I was about 5 when I started that. And then my music teacher, who was actually a friend of mine, his mom was a music teacher in town, and told my mom about the club up in Champaign, Illinois, and that's where I went. I think I was in 2nd or 3rd grade, and the rest is history. I had no idea I wanted to be a coach, none whatsoever. I thought I was going to do the corporate thing and sit behind a desk and have my own cubicle. And I did that for a while and decided that's really not the route that I want to take for the rest of my life. So I decided that I coached. I would work all day, and then I coached at night, coached club, and then got to a point where I had to choose between the two.
His decision to coach has been worthwhile for both him and the team.
Bars is one of my least favorite events, but Kurt makes me love it.
He'll say like one little thing that may be different than how Jeff has said it, and then I'll be like, oh, duh, like obviously that makes sense.
He's really laid back, but gets you to get your work done, finish your assignments.
It's easy to work with this group because they want it so bad. We don't have to push these kids at all. They kind of have their own track set, and they're going to follow it. And it's our job to kind of keep them on the track, not let them get too loose, so to speak, because they take things very, very seriously.
After hours of practice, nothing is more rewarding than watching the girls hit a routine.
It's just nice, It's always nice, because you know how much work the kids put in, and you know how hard they work and how seriously they take it, and how much of their lives they put into this sport. So it's nice to be there to make sure you give them a good job when they're done. But I'm probably more nervous when the kids are competing than they are. I'm much more nervous as a coach than I ever was as a competitor.
Sometimes seeing that reaction from Kurt and the coaches is basically priceless. Makes everything worth it.
Honestly, like finishing a bar routine and having Kurt right there, he gets so excited. It's like one of the best feelings. He gets so excited, and it makes you feel good. It makes you, even if you have like a few mistakes, it makes you feel like you just did the routine of your life.
I think that's probably a little bit of a pressure release for me as well. But I think that's probably the best thing for the kids, is just to know that whether they do really well or they have a mistake, we're here to support them, and we're gonna make sure that they work as hard as they can to fix anything that they have.
Now it's time to go in the gym. Today, Lucia Scaglione and Kate Clues show us a skill on floor.
Hi, my name is Lucia Scaglione, and this is Kate Clues, and she's going to show us a double back today on the floor.
First, she's going to start with a round off back handspring. And then she's going to do 2 flips in the air before she lands back on her feet. And that's a round off back handspring, double flip, finish. So next time you see Kate, make sure you look for her double back on the floor. That's it from the McWhorter Center.
This week, Auburn travels 7,250 feet above sea level to Colorado Springs to take on Air Force.
I'm excited to go somewhere new. I mean, it's always good to go outside the SEC for a couple meets, so I'm excited about that, to get a feel for a different conference. And so I'm really excited to go to Colorado. It's one of my favorite places.
It's going to be a different environment for us, but I'm excited to see us going in and see what we can get out of it and what we're able to make of it.
We've approached our road meets as learning experiences, and there's a couple of regional meets that are going to be long trips that are very similar to the Air Force Academy trips. So we're going to use it as, if we get sent to Seattle this year, then our team will know how to adjust to a time change difference, an altitude difference, all of that stuff. Our team will have already been through it. So not only is it an actual meet that we get to go compete at, but it's also the fact that we get to settle down on a completely different road trip that might pop up later in the season.
I'm excited. I love snow. It takes me back to home, but I'm excited.
I love snow, so I finally get to see some real snow. And I think it'll be a good meet. I heard they have a chapel that's really pretty, so it's going to be cool to see that.
That's it for this episode of Auburn Gymnastics 360. We'll see you next time. War Eagle.